The art of calligraphy is an ancient tradition rooted in many cultures across the globe. In Sabah, however, when it comes to calligraphy, there's only one person that springs to mind, and that's Huang Poh Lo. Often described as the man below the wind, you may recognize Poh Lo as a familiar face at Gaya Street Sunday Market. But what you may not know is that Poh Lo never intended to become the renowned calligrapher he is today. I recently got the chance to visit Poh Lo in his home studio to hear about his extraordinary journey from broken businessman to finding success later in life through the arts.
I started calligraphy in 1992-93. I've been doing it for more than 2 decades now. It's one of the toughest things that I've ever done in my life. It's an art which is held in very high esteem next to painting and poetry in Chinese culture. It is tough, it is challenging, it's alluring. And there's no end to it. You start, there's no end. You keep on learning, practicing. You cannot reach perfection. It's the beauty about calligraphy.
And what types of calligraphy do you do?
I started off with Chinese calligraphy. Now I'm into a little bit of Islamic calligraphy. So I started to fuse Roman letters together with Arabic. I come up with my own style of writing Roman and Arabic calligraphy. I do Korean calligraphy now because there are plenty of tourists in Sabah. And basically English calligraphy, just playing with letters. So the dream of every calligrapher is to have his own style, to be recognized by a style, just like when you dance, when you sing, when people listen to your voice, they know it's Louisa. It's like that, you see. If you have your own style, you have your own identity. I think I've got that, I've got my own style. Some like it, some don't. It's very subjective. It depends on beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder.
While Poh Lo's esteemed work has been featured in exhibitions across Sabah, it is out on the streets where he feels most at home. Poh Lo is a true performer, able to connect with anyone he writes for, and that, he says, is the greatest thrill about being a street artist.
I enjoy being a street artist because I meet people from all over the world. You ask them where they're from, and then they talk to you. And number one, because I'm Indian, I'm doing Chinese calligraphy and Arabic calligraphy. That draws them in. Number two, I talk a lot, so I say hello to them and make them feel comfortable. And then by the time they leave, they become friends. They're not strangers, you know. Some ladies would give you a hug and things like that, and people shake hands. They give you addresses to get to their homes if you go to their country. So there's a bond between me, the art, and my clients. That can only happen with street art.
How did you come up with your name, Huang Poh Lo?
Basically, my name in short is N Poh Lo. In Teochew is Ng, can be Ui, can be Huang. Ui Poh Lo sounds very nasal. Poh Lo doesn't sound good. Poh Lo, no, so you. Okay, we say Huang Poh Lo is kind of nice rhythm to it. I'm very proud of the fact that I started using the name Huang Poh Lo about 2 decades ago. Now it is known to everyone.
Despite such dedication to his craft, Poh Lo had not always dreamed of making a name for himself as a calligrapher. His journey began very differently in 1976, when he first moved to Sabah working as a district manager for Times Publications Singapore.
I was at the publishing house till 1980. Then I went on my own. I set up my own company with some people, made money, lost money. I wouldn't say I was doing well, but reasonably well. Until greed came in, and I went into scuba diving.
Scuba diving?
Yeah. Because of a guy from Europe, he wrote to me saying that he wants to set up a dive company in Sabah. I got carried away. I said, okay, why not? I didn't have enough money because the money was just right for my company. But then he went back home and he died in an accident. And I didn't have enough money. It was in the air for 6 months. Nothing happened in the office. I had paid deposit for Center Point and things like that. And things were going down. Then I brought some people from Kuala Lumpur. Things were in a mess. The money never came in. The company was running on day-to-day business. We couldn't pay staff salaries and things like that. I did not manage the company well. I did not manage. I allowed things to happen. I should have stopped right from the beginning. I left the company a ruined man in 1992. I just gave up everything. I fed up of the whole. Because I'm a lousy businessman. I'm the worst businessman in the world. My life changed completely after that.
So what happened once you left the company?
I left the company and I was sitting in the house doing nothing for a while, you know. So I was sitting at home doing nothing, lost, completely lost, depressed, you know. But what kept me company was the bottle. I was drinking during the day because I couldn't face the fact that 1 week earlier I was in my suit. Now I'm at home waiting to take a bus, reduced to zero. In school, I was a high achiever in school. When I went to university, I got a degree in economics. I could not face my family and all my friends. I'm not comparing. They were all presidents of banks and brigadier generals and things like that. I just could not face my mom, How am I going to tell her that I'm now worth zero? Because we had lots of debts in the company, plenty, beyond salvation. So that's the reason why I couldn't go back to family, because of pride, because of low self-esteem. It's a fact. I'm not ashamed of this, but this is what I went through. Then one day I got kicked out of the house because I couldn't pay rental. Then I walked from my house to another rented house, 5 kilometers at night, no car, me, my dog, my briefcase, and a poem called Don't Quit. So that poem has kept me going till today. So I went to the new house. I told myself I must quit this stupid habit of drinking because my hands were kind of shivering and things like that. Then I came across the book, Teach Yourself Mandarin. Then I found it interesting. Then I bought a brush, 50 cents brush, 50 cents ink. I started writing every day. I used to write 15 hours a day, 10, 15 hours a day. Also because I wanted to forget my old self. I needed to have something new in my life to focus on. I didn't want to think of the old self. I wanted to do something new. Practice and practice and practice. After 6 months, I called Daily Express. They gave me front page. That gave me the boost of my life. From there, I told myself, I think I want to do this all my life, I like it. Friends said, you come to KL, I'll get you a job, $10,000, bungalow, and give you a car. I said, no, I want to be a calligrapher. They said, you're mad, you're a crazy bugger, and why do you want to do calligraphy? I said, no, I enjoy it. Because after 6 months, I was already in the streets writing only 2 couplets. I knew nothing more than that. But the response was good. People were encouraging me to write, and that's how I started, and that's how I ended up still doing calligraphy. Another beautiful thing that happened to me at the time was I left KK and went and stayed in the jungle for 6 months. A good friend of mine, a buddy till today, 40 years of friendship. He said, why don't you come and stay with me in the jungle? So I went and stayed in Lawas, the jungle, deep forest, Bonian forest, and that's the best part of my life. That's when I considered myself retired successfully after failing miserably. 6 months of peace. I jog in the morning, I do my exercise, practice my calligraphy. I built my own home. I built a temple for the guys. And I used to practice calligraphy under candlelight, kerosene light, because there's no electricity there. I wanted to create a path whereby I will finish it. I want to hit the finishing line, not as a winner, but I must cross the finishing line. I want to go back into the battlefield and fight.
Calligraphy had given Poh Lo a new sense of purpose, and the lessons he learned along the way continue to influence him as he explores other creative endeavors. The poem that once carried him out of his most trying times remains a principle that he upholds even today and hopes to share with others, especially his young grandson, Ryan.
I've always liked music. I've always liked singing, even from my younger days. And I want to now create songs, not for myself, but for my grandson. Now, the song which I'm doing is called Don't Quit. Because what I am today is from the poem called Don't Quit.
And this is the poem that you had when you left
When I was down, when I walked all the way, I talked about when you're down and out, never give up, take a rest, but don't ever give up. So that poem has motivated me. So now I'm making it into a song to put it on YouTube to let everybody know that your life can change if you just take a rest, which I did in the jungle. I took a rest, even a rest from business, but I didn't give up in life. Nobody fails in life. Never in my faintest dream I thought that I'd end up sitting in Gaia Street or somewhere doing calligraphy. I never dreamt that I would be an artist. They always say things happen for a reason. Sometimes it's a turning point. You never know what holds for you. beyond. But it has been a long journey, a very painful journey, but I'm glad I got here. We always tend to look at the big picture. You asked me about lessons in life. Basically, I think we must learn how to take care of the little things. Small things, when you take care of the small things, the big things will fall in place. Just like a piece of painting, you do everything well, but then the eye of the bird is out, the whole painting will be gone. That would be my advice for Ryan. I'll be keeping all this on tape for him, songs and all those things, is to never to give up and also do things from the heart. When you do things from the heart with passion, you will excel. When you do things that you like, you will excel. If you want to be a chef, be a chef. I tell that to my son too. If you don't like where you're working, get out. He likes cooking. Go to the streets and sell. Doesn't matter. Be the best burger seller. Be the best chicken wings seller. If you follow your heart, you can never go wrong.
Poh Lo's story is a true testament to the strength and resilience of a man who, despite almost losing it all, chose never to give up. He teaches us that no matter what struggles or hardships life throws our way, new opportunities could be waiting for you on the other side. Because it's never too late to start afresh on a blank canvas. It's up to you to figure out what that next picture might look like.